Hey, welcome back everybody. More streams, more fun, more Lego. What else would we have? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for stopping by if you're stopping in and checking out what we got. Today, I've been looking at some additional things to do. I have plenty on my list, but I got distracted on Friday and saw some contests that are floating around, and I'm like, oh, I should check out those. Real quick, if I sound a little off, I am still a bit under the weather, still recovering. Nothing major, just a bit of a cold. So apologies for my voice for sounding a little kind of feeling. So that is that. And over here, let's see if I can do this right. Oh, that looks silly. Let me fix that. There we go. So I was looking at, I love reading some Brick Nerd. I love the writing, and I love that they cover things like upcoming contests. So I took a look at this on a couple days ago, and browse through to see what's going on. Might do Joust in the future, probably not though. I'm not the biggest medieval person. Same Middle Earth, and remember the Shire. Although a lot of these already ended before I got to read the article, so I was like, oh, well that's a bummer. But then I saw this one, and I saw maybe build a soapbox car. That shouldn't be too hard. Nice small build. Nice quick session. Could make for a fun one. Prizes involved, that's a thing. But I'm not there for the prizes. I'm here to see if I can push myself and do more. Start building, get going, you know? So with this one going on, I thought, oh, that'd be a fun one. But then I realized it ends in like 5 hours from when I'm starting the stream. So if I do this, I'll stream for about 4 hours and then cut that off and rush to get photos and emailed before the cutoff point. So I'm thinking that's what I'm doing today. So that should be a fun one. In upcoming streams, Vin Week is stressful. I don't know if I'll ever do that. This one looked fun. Just make a very fast car, any theme. Might do that next week. We shall see. This one's more about photography, which I need to work on my photography skills. I would like cleaner photos, but I'm more here for the MOCs. And then lastly, there is Build Your Perfect Vacation for LEGO Ideas. And I think that would be a fun one to do. I'm not an outdoorsy person, so I would think one of the best that I could build for this would be a person just like sunken into the pillows and just sleeping off the entire vacation. Just as cozy as can be. Like big puffy pillows, make it like you can't even see the person's face anymore, just the nose sticking out. I think that'd be a fun one to do. So those are probably the three I'll do for vacation, time drifters, and the soapbox car. So I think we'll start with the soapbox car because again, only got a couple hours. Region lockout. There's, to my surprise, because it looks like it's very German-centric or European-centric. So things are running just a little awkwardly here. But we'll get right into building for that contest and we'll see how that goes. I'll get you running, Twitch. I'll get you running. Just take me a moment to close some stuff that doesn't need to be open. Probably draining the system. I think that one was the big issue. So we'll see if that fixes everything. I'm gonna do a little clap. See where that delay is. Okay, Twitch is right behind. Instagram's super duper far behind. Who cares? We're live. Yay! So, I started thinking of ideas, but I didn't want to build off stream. For the soapbox car, my first idea was these two doofuses that I've had sitting around for a while that I think would make for a great pair, just barreling down the road. Naming the build something along the lines of outrunning extinction. Kind of give them a Flintstone style vehicle. And when I looked at some of the other, just a couple inspirations for soapbox cars, most of them had the wheels exposed. So I'm going to redo part of the stuff I've done. But I still want it to look like, I want it to look as though it is a cobbled together soapbox, made of cardboard and all that. So I'm going to replace these cylinders with only half cylinders, make it look like they're just kind of covered. They covered the axles. And then I also looked up the Flintstones vehicle and realized that the connection for the wheels are on the outside, so I need to redo that too. Basically start over from scratch. And I think we'll go down the line of making the vehicle, making a little bit of road for it to be scooping down. And then I would love to do an explosion in the background to give it a little bit of story. But overall, should be a quick, smaller build with idea. I think a little easier to execute than something that might take me a couple days. So we'll get this rolling. Need a long enough axle to cover both wheels. This brown one might do. Keep it in the theming of stone and wood. And I'll play around with some browns to see what I can do for external. I did like in my little prototype that I had nice loose wheels, so and that is ever important for the boxcar, soapbox derby. Oh, a bar might work better because then they can just really be loosely in there. If I have any, yeah, 6 long, something like that maybe. Okay, I'm getting little ideas for it. See if I can find a back one in here. All my brown bar and clip connections. One big drawer. Okay. So if I can find some of these robot hands, we can start to bridge that gap. And again, we want it to look like all this is just kind of stitched on rather than being a complete solid foundation. These clips might work too, because then I can cover it with tiles. I think we'll stick with the skinnier stuff for now. Yeah. I think these 1x1s with the bar sticking out might work for a simple alternative. And provide a little bit more cover for the wheels, but I think the skimpier we go on the brown, the better it will pay off for kind of a Stone Age style. Gotta get that yabba dabba doo in there. And like I looked at the contest, there wasn't really much for restrictions on the build itself. So I mean, you can build a big soapbox car, but I'm going to try to stick within the theme of how the Lego City's been doing it. They're nice, small, compact minifigure scale ones. I think that will produce a pretty fun effect and really push how small I can build this. I'm gonna grab some bushings to kind of hold it all in place. Oh. Let me know what you think about this stream time. I did start a little early today because I knew that contest was going to be ending pretty early, and I wanted to see if I can get this in time. Now, it would be fantastic if I had, but I know they don't come in brown, the not lightsaber bars, but the Monkey Kid bar with the 2 studs on each end. If that came in brown, that'd be the perfect piece for this, but I know it doesn't exist yet. I'm still oh so paranoid, always looking up to make sure everything's just running every last little bit. All right, I think I got my starting axle design down. What I want to do. It does make for one wheel being looser than the other, because the wheel is hovering around the little stopper on the 6 long bar. But then on the other side, there is nothing there, so it's just kind of dangling a little. Ooh. Yabba dabba doo. Yeah, these are pretty rolly. Putting a little pressure on them, yeah. So I think I need some clips to hold them down, and then we'll have kind of covers. Probably just 2. Probably just 2 that'll cover the gap. I brought a whole bunch with me, but put the other half away. I got in a bulk of these pieces right off of set draft, and then shortly after they just dropped it on Pick a Brick. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just get even more that I have bulk of. But sometimes that's how it goes. You get bulk, and then you get more of the same bulk, and then you question, what am I going to do with all this bulk? I think for the base of the vehicle, I'm going to go with a complete sideways build, just to kind of easily carry over the connection for these cylinders. And then I can use some snot to just easily attach to the figures. Problem is, the way I have this, it might center the snot brick. I wonder if I could fit an entire one of those. Oh, what are they called? Actually, no, I got a better idea going. I think get one of these in there. And then we just need the top and bottom clips. Let me grab those. Now the bottom stud clips, still rolling out. I love that they're coming out in a bunch of different colors. I just have them in gold and black right now. Saw they came in blue and green too. I'm going to use this panel piece to help it get lower. So when the characters sit on it, they can be as low as they need to be. And we have something like this for our base now. Pretty fun. I might have to add one plate, it looks like, just to get that spacing right. No, even with the plate, it's half a plate too much. I'll have to think around that. Definitely will. Yeah, maybe some weird trickery with a snot brick. Reset how it's going to go. So I guess for now I'll just leave it on there so I can get some of the other formations around it. And again, there were no rules about like had to be one minifigure and all that jazz. So I'm going off of what I've always seen, the Red Bull soap boxes, where they have like 2 people per. I think it would add for a little bit more fun story. And do these nice big rounded wheels. Ooh, actually I might make the back the front, because the spacing of the clips wedged that right in there. So little plate plus top of the wall panel that just slotted right in there. The back's not as fluid, it's just fully loose, so that won't work quite there. But I'm definitely onto something. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, it's tight but not super tight. It can pop off on its own. Oh, I think part of the reason it's helping is the bushing. I think the bushings are doing that. Gonna get a little bit more of a pinch point. There we go. And now I got looser wheels. So let's see if I can replicate that on the back. Just need to slide the bushings down a little. Okay, they want to go flying. Try that out. There we go. And we got a nice stone wheel look in the front and back. I might have to find a different panel to separate them down the middle. This really is a crowded amount of space to try to fit much else. Once I get the figures in there, it is real tight. So I might have to finagle a little extra going on here. Make sure it's still nice and roly-poly. And then I always gotta keep reattaching these little round bits on the ends. And I suppose it is a little tight for a 1x2 plate, but I wonder if I can get a lightsaber handle or a torch. I don't think they make the torch in brown. I don't remember getting any. I know they made the lightsaber handle in dark brown, so I might go with that. I got one. There we go. Digging for parts, digging for parts. See, we still got, yep, chill music going. Keep it from being completely dead. Oh yeah, there'll be just enough space to fit the lightsaber in there. There's actually enough space that I can leave the lightsaber kind of loose and then get a bit of an angled look going. So I think I'll do that. Make it a bit more dynamic. Yeah. And I can pop the stones back on. Ooh. And I'd love to replace that bottom panel because then it looks like stone like the rest. But I'm really starting to like how this is coming out. You got that slight bend in the wood. Make it look a little rough. But again, this is all kind of a stitched together soapbox. Before I get further, because it's going to explode once I switch it, the centerpiece should probably not be gray. Might have one, a tan would probably be good. Then it's like the kind of cloth design. We get that swapped out. Yeah, the lightsabers just explode on out. But yeah, this will make it look nice. Much nicer. Having a different color flow through. I wish I had lightsabers in brown. I don't think they made them in brown yet. Keep the color consistent, but shape is right. Let's see. How was everybody's weekend? Mine has been all right. Nothing too crazy. Got with some friends online and rewatched the Disney Atlantis film. Because I know one bud of mine really wanted to show another that film. We finally got a chance to do it. And it still holds up quite well. Very fun action film, action adventure. Explains, like, very snappily explains the characters and their backstories. It doesn't waste your time at all. There's like quick 2 sentences, you already get what the character's all about. So I'm looking at this, and it's a nice, quaint little design, but I feel like if I start adding more, it's going to get too crowded. So I might wait to see some feedback, figure that out. But yeah, Atlantis still holds up. One of the only few Disney films I would be actually clamoring for a live action remake. Definitely would fit it a lot better than several other things they're doing. I haven't even bothered to watch like the last dozen they've been doing. It's just, I mean, the originals are already so good. We really don't need a remake. It really does feel like that cash grab kind of thing. Completely unnecessary. And if you're gonna deviate like the Stitch one, then why not just like make a completely different movie? Or be completely true to form, like how I heard people loved How to Train Your Dragon was just kind of one for the most part. So if you're gonna do a remake, why not just stick to it? But instead, Disney keeps like muddying up the waters. They're halfway rewriting, halfway staying true, and then no one's happy. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff Disney's been producing the last few years I just had no interest in seeing. I still love Disney. There's still a lot to enjoy from their franchises, but it's just been so nothing. It's been so much nothing recently. I don't know how else to add more detail to this without crowding. I think it's really going to be focused on the surrounding and storytelling. Oh my God. And not flipping it upside down so it completely falls apart. I might need to look at how LEGO did their soapboxes. Try to bring it in scale. I'm trying to just get close to the cameras to show it off, and it's just so frail. It's just not wanting to. I mean, LEGO's ones are pretty small. Oh, I guess I need a steering wheel. Is like the one thing it's lacking. One of the major things, at least. Maybe a nice gray one, kind of represent a rock. And just kind of leave it in the T-Rex's hands. See this brown knob piece coming back in handy. Let's see. There's just so much loose. Wouldn't be one of my builds without it being this loose. I have to use the brick separator to get in there and try to pinch things a little tighter. piece had a little too much of an extension. It's really making it difficult. There we go, I can see this working. If I can get it up without it falling apart. Oh, okay. You might just have to take my word for it. I don't know if I can get this up to any height. Yeah, the steering wheel just wants to fall right out of his hand. I'll take a look for you all and see how that looks. Since it doesn't want to stay together. Yeah, if I angle it just right, steering wheel stays in place for a short period of time. For a very short period of time. I bet if I get this in the photo studio, I can get it kind of stable. So for now, I'm just gonna try to not move it too much. I think it's looking good. I think it's looking really good so far. And now it's just gonna come down to giving it a setting that'll feel like it's a soapbox car just barreling out of control. I think I'll go with 2 road plates just in case a little more can be seen. And then getting to an explosion behind them, that part's going to be trickier. I was planning to have it sloped, but with how frail it is, I might have to keep it straight and just do a lot of tricks with the camera angle. Now I have all these road plates, but I don't have the little dashed lines, so I might have to do some brick built ones and take a look at maybe how. Maybe take a look at how the Red Bull ones, the roads they go down. So I think those are conducted in Britain. I just know they do it down some winding roads, so that way they get some good wipeouts. Definitely thinking about the setting and how to translate how a lot of them have hay bales on the sides. But these are dinosaurs doing some soapbox racing. I don't think they would have hay bales. Would it just be a bunch of rocks? A little dangerous to crash into, but I mean, when you got dinosaurs, I feel like that's all you got. Yeah, I'll have to really angle the camera to get it just right. Start adding some stuff to these plates and get them starting to shape up a little. So we think about what kind of details we can add. Definitely do some cracking in the road, some angled tiles. Maybe some in a different color. Kind of do some stone patchy work. See what wedges I got. Try spicing it up. As long as I use some too long. I definitely feel like using of these to make some bumps in the road. Let's see what we can do. Do something like this. Oh, put that one right in the middle. Did not mean to do that. Looked away for just a second. And immediately put the wrong piece in the wrong spot. There we go. And maybe complement them with a little of the other slopes. And then I'll get an extra tile to put on top. Give it a bit of extra definition. Don't want to go too crazy with the light gray. I definitely need to get some of these 2x2s in here for variety. Let's see. We'll go with a different piece up here. Get this one popped out. There we go. That's looking better. Oh boy. So yeah. Getting back to good old Disney. Definitely see them trying a little better. But I can also see them not doing anything because they're on top of the world with their money. They don't need us to have opinions. They just need to keep selling. And that's all they need. More money. Simple as that. They'll keep doing what they do. And what they do, not everybody's happy about. Oh well. At least they're not like the only franchise out there. Or franchise holder. We got plenty. Between like Warner Brothers and Universal. I guess they're not completely like beating a dead horse with, say, Jurassic Park, the way that's been treated. They just keep going with those. And I'm not sure if that's great either. But I'm still a sucker for some of that stuff. I haven't kept up with Jurassic Park, that's for sure, but definitely not completely opposed to some of the stuff they've been releasing, because I know it could be fun for a lot of people. Okay. I think we got a bit of cobble to the road. Bit of danger for our two actors. Wonder if my countdown was off on the Instagram side. I feel like we're missing our usual lovely viewers. And now you're just kind of here viewing from a distance. I wonder if I need to zoom the camera in a bit more when it comes to MOC building. Because I got all this space up here. It's just not being completely used. There's always room for improvements. Let's see if I have some nice bushier plants to use. So I feel like there's definitely the older style tri-leaf piece that would fit excellent here, but I don't think I have any on hand. I think instead we'll just go with some of these basic leaf elements, angle them slightly, and then maybe put some olive green or lime green. I think lime would look better, being a little Jurassic. So we'll just kind of layer those on the sides. Just do, yeah, not the start of the photo. So we're just going to do some simple patterns. Just keep it at the ready to supplement the story. And then see how zigzaggy these go. These smaller leaf tree branch elements. That might do. That might do. Maybe have a connection point of one of those 45-degree angle bars. Let's get a nice long chain going. Yeah, I'm not sure. Might be a bit much there. Oh, but if it's hard to both cover it up but also keep it low. So I could do it off and I keep it low. But then you start getting the background mixed in too much, or the non-intended white background for the shot. So yeah, the soapbox took almost no time at all. I'd love to do like an overhead cover, the way the Flintstones kind of have it, but I feel like that would crowd the characters. So I feel like you gotta leave that out a bit. Music keeps freaking out. A little too quickly this time around. But yeah, let me get some angles in there. I might as well just layer this with the bushes on the side. Bring in a bit of color. Now the explosion will add just random whites and oranges and probably reds in the back. You know, that'll probably distract a little bit because the T-Rex is red, but I don't think I have the other T-Rex suit. Oh, I do. I wonder if he would look better in there. Let's try that. Maybe it comes down to which T-Rex I use. So if you're jumping in late, we are building soapbox derby, minifigure scale for a contest, and we're checking out. I mean, the car is pretty much done. A simple little Stone Age roadster for the dinosaurs to ride. I'm just trying to give them a bit of a setting for a road and hopefully do exploding extinction behind them. Yeah, I think the T-Rex switch for muted colors works a lot better. As much as I really enjoy the red, purple, orange dinosaur, he's just gonna chill over here, borrowing the T-Rex head, minifigure head at least. Look at the little beauty. I think he's fun, but we're gonna just leave him off to the side. He'll be the keeper of the other T-Rex's tail. Back to trimming some bushes here. No, that might be enough. Oh, a couple more. When dinosaurs ruled the earth. Yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park, but I pretty much just watched the original 3. I saw Jurassic World and I enjoyed it, but I have had no interest in seeing the latest 3 films. They just seem like they're just really, I mean, they felt like they were stretching it a little bit in Jurassic World. Now they feel like they're just going all in on stretch, because like, well, what do you do next? How do you make dinosaurs scarier? How do you make it more thrilling of a film when people are already used to the dinosaurs? Honestly, this might be another piece where I just don't even bother to connect it. They kind of sit well at an angle on their own. And at this rate, I might just need to find some stuff to fill in the gaps. Maybe some of these, what are now kind of vine pieces. A piece that I'm glad has stand the test of time, just the Paraka spines from the minifigures. Yeah, I think just a couple of those sprinkled in make for some good extra depth and layering. They do make me want to start attaching stuff though. Things are a little too loose. Yeah, so we'll start seeing what we can do to hold things down. I think a simple, if I rotate that last leaf element, throw in some angled pieces, it'll be good. Do that. Now I got an angled bar. I should be able to just kind of set this one in here. It does push it a little too high, but if I just angle everything else around it, I think we're good. Maybe stack them a little differently so that way it tapers down. Kind of straighten out a few. Maybe just use a hinged brick on the other side. Since I don't think it'll be seen. Whew. Maybe just one extra plate. Yeah, that might be what I need to do on the other side. Keeps it a little lower, a little less angled. But maybe not. Kind of looking all right. And we can angle our little soapbox car. So that fits on there. It's definitely a very minimalist build. Not my most parts intensive or technique intensive. And I also didn't mean it to be such a quick build on stream, but it is coming along quite nicely for a photo. Now the explosion bit's gonna be a bit tough because I had these nice large quarter dome trans orange pieces that were like halves of boulders, but those are currently in another build, so I'm a bit short there. Definitely use a good bit of fire elements for the explosion. Or I might have to go with just solid colors. If I can quickly engineer the explosion I did on the pirate scene, that'd be fantastic, but that took way too much trial and error for what we have time for. Got some reds and fires. Oranges. Get the browns out of here. I barely need any pieces for that cart. Oh, yeah, I don't know about the solid colors. I don't know about the solid colors for this one. But we definitely have some oranges we could play around with. We could play around with making it lava instead. Making it like active volcano went off. And now the magma's chasing him. Yeah. Tough thought on this one. I don't usually make a lot of explosion effects on my builds. So we might have to just start placing. Maybe have some fire spurting from the front. I could see that working. Now, luckily we did get these more recent pieces of the stud with hole in it, but in the trans orange color. So that is nice to see. That might make for nice, quick, easy connections on this. Yeah, I think if I just do a couple fires in the front, it would really showcase the kind of apocalyptic nature that's happening. And then might want some rock work in the back just to mellow out the background. But I think I gotta focus on explosion first. Now we don't have the older fire pieces that we can trail off of each other using the little knobs, but still can get some interesting expressiveness just off of the hooking the flames themselves from the far ends. So I could do something like this. And that's all locked in together. So I feel like that one, that one could be good to use. It kind of splays out in multiple ways. And having that kind of sputter behind them might be good. Might be good. Definitely making my cart feel a little lackluster because I'm trying to build so much around it. But I don't feel like there's much else I need to add to the cart itself. I think less is better in this situation, especially since it's a box car. Let's see what kind of black smoke effects I can get going here. There's definitely a technique that I did not come up with, and I think I've seen many Star Wars people use, and plenty of others for explosions. But we're just going to take this octagon bar, add some clips, and then strap the flames to it. Try to get a splay of angles that way. Oh, actually, I'm getting a bit sniffly now, so I think I'll step away for a second just to blow my nose. I will be right back, and we'll keep on with the explosions. All right, we're back. Feeling a little better from that. A little less congested. A little more blown out in the ears. But we do what we do. We do what we do. I'm thinking I need to add some extra layers to this. Make sure it's not just instant transition from the black clips to the fire in the front. Definitely need to add some oranges, reds, and some alternative bar connections so that they're not alone in this style. Definitely need to keep pushing how many different angles I can get out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some cones and trans orange. Get some parts that can hold bar connections. And then bring back the angled bar, see if I can find some that are the 45-degree kind of alter those angles. Makes them a bit too high, but maybe I can use the shorter flame pieces. Yeah, you can. I was worried the peg in the back would be too much. Say the contest itself already lends itself to a story, but I'm not one to just kind of leave it there. Definitely want to add extra layers and giving them a reason, these dinosaurs a reason to be riding a soapbox car. And what else would dinosaurs need speed for other than survival? And more importantly, to avoid the end of the world. Actually, what I might do instead is I might turn this into a meteor. That feels a little more fitting for the dinosaurs. So I think I'm only going to use one of these clip rings. I'm going to have it be the back end of the asteroid, coming right at him. And just make a few minor adjustments here. Oh, do they make? I don't think they make that piece in orange, so I'll use a couple of yellow. The 1x2 plate, rounded, with a hole in each side. Gonna use that for a little bit of a basis. Add a bit more depth to my fireball. And then we'll continue on with a couple cones and fires. Okay, if I use a cone here with the short flames, they will still need 1x1 rounds. So I'm going to use a couple of those. Just trying to make some different shapes of flames. So I left it as is. It'd be too symmetrical. Even though I'm definitely using a lot of patterns here. It just helps to define some of the flames a little differently. Probably separate those from the ones that are already there. Yeah, that'll start looking good. These streams have been quite relaxing, and I'm glad they're getting me to do stuff other than what I'm stressing and working on. So it's nice pace breaker. Nice different builds. If there's anyone jumping in there, they come in and say, "Ooh, look at all the shinies! Look at all the transparents." Fun stuff. There's always fun stuff in LEGO. Oh, we need our shiny reflectiveness. Actually, I might do two asteroids. The struggle will be the dome front, the rocks, the hot rocks themselves. I wish I had some of those, some of the older moon rock molds. I guess they had some newer ones too that had crystals in them. But I think I'll just repeat this for a second asteroid. So let me grab more cones, more plates, more pots. Might try black for the plates on this one. See if that makes any difference. It'll all be in the background anyways. Like me, hiding in the shadows, waiting to get back on camera. Picking up cones. Cones. I guess I could bring it on camera too, but I have all the cones I need. All the cones I need. I'm gonna get some more of these trans orange. Get them plucked out. I don't know why I keep them in the same bag as the trans blue hollow studs, but then I keep my trans clear ones completely separate from these two. So bit of a little kink in the system, but that's how I keep track of it. Probably have to put some of these ones away, but whatever. Okay, start repeating some of these patterns. I think I'll stick away from the trans neon orange flames. I think those are good for just the back highlight ones. We need a big ball of fire, so I'm not using these little candle ones. There we go. Nice group of fire. Then just a couple more, and then we'll just repeat this build. Make a fireball. Fire! Good old Mario and Luigi. Played it for the first time quite early this year. No, last year. Played it last year. At the very end. Had a very fun time. It was my first time playing through Superstar Saga. Highly recommend it. Still holds up. Definitely showcases that there are still plenty of creative ideas you can do with an RPG. I know it's like 20 years old now, but it's just one of those standouts that's like, oh, yeah, if you just try changing the formula just a little, you can make something quite different. So I really enjoyed the 2-button system of that, and not having additional partners is just a nice change of pace, because then you can really focus those two characters in particular. So had a really fun time with that one. Definitely recommend. And shortly after that, then they released the Mario Luigi Brothership. And as it released, I had a fantastic time picking it up and just going to town at it. Alright, adding the last layer of flames to this fireball. Welcome. If you're joining this late, we are building a soapbox derby car for a contest coming up. And the car itself is pretty simple and fast to build. I couldn't really add too much more detail because it's just so simple and skimpy. But now I'm just kind of adding some setting as our dinosaurs on our prehistoric cart are barreling down the road to avoid the end of times extinction. Twitch is unstable. Well, I hope it's coming out just fine. I'm recording just clearly. Oh. I wonder if that's what's making it a little difficult for people to see today. But I have not been notified otherwise. So I think we're fine. It's just these apps don't want to tell me anything. Oh well. So yeah, I couldn't quite decide if I wanted to do a slew of a lava or a giant fireball chasing them, but I think two kind of asteroids flying at them would be the easiest to convey. Just a little something goofy for the dinosaurs to be out running. Now I gotta figure out some ways to do front of the fireball. I guess to show some burning up in the front, I'm gonna pull out some dishes, some trans orange dishes. Gonna give it that atmospheric burnout. Chugging along. And then we need a bit of a rock surface. I definitely really just want to cheap out and use the like pre-molded boulder elements. I don't know if I have any though on hand. I have some of the rock wall pieces, but that won't do. I need something nice and round. There might be one place I might have some. One place. Gonna have to dip away from the camera for a moment. Yeah, not sure where any of mine went. Used to have the dual molded ones from Bionicle. Came with the minis. It had both light bluish gray and trans orange sprinkled throughout it. Those look really nice, and that would make for a nice, simple and quick asteroid front. But I got no idea if I have any boulders left or anywhere. So, I guess it's time to start making some rocky surfaces ourselves. That I have enough intricate parts to pull off. Might be able to go with just some simple slopes. Kind of layer those into a semicircle. Oh. Yeah, this thing is so delicate. I'm glad it's just for a photo contest. I guess I also have these. These could work all right. I think I'm going to go a little more dynamic and build them sideways instead. I also only have the two, so that might be a bit of a struggle. I would think I would have the corner slopes as well. the ones with the wedge cuts out. I'm not sure where I stashed those. So I think I had a bunch for the diner. I got 3 of these. Because that little gap is what's worrying me about trying to use it sideways. Let's see. I just got parts everywhere at this point. Stuff left over from projects. Hiding all around. Maybe I have them in a separate drawer, but I doubt it. So then I just go straight to inverted. I'm sure I have them somewhere, but we're just gonna have to skip on them for this build. So we're just gonna have to get a little bit more creative with this angle. Definitely, yeah, angle them, and that would cover up some gaps. Also, there we go. Get some basic slopes going. Might need to go with 1-bys to not separate it too much. And then we might do a further snot build for that. So let me see what I can do. Try to get some of this shaping together. Make it look rocky as can be. Or a smooth rocky? I guess it's smooth rocky. I think we'll go with a 1x1 with studs on all sides. And then from there, we can kind of attach everything together. Hopefully get our angle. We had those angle pieces that may or may not work. They might be a bit too much of a drastic angle. Might be a bit too far out too. Yeah. I'm gonna need something that's nice and simple. MOC Unlimited, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm working on a contest entry last minute. We're gonna see if I can get this out. The contest ends in about 3.5 hours. So I'm hoping I can get this knocked out quickly and then have an hour to spare to photograph and send it in. You can't stick around today, but you wanted to check in real quick. Well, I appreciate you checking in. There will be a VOD of me slowly building this. It's a nice small build today, but I'm glad I'm starting to do some mock building. And these contests have been giving me something to do quickly and to be motivated to do. The contest, let me see if I can get that up. Switch the camera, I'll get funky for just a moment. There we go. So on Friday, a couple days ago, I pulled up, or I finally read the article on Brick Nerd about some of the contests that are coming out. They had quite a few that had already ended with deadlines, and I wasn't really interested in some of the medieval stuff right now. But I saw this one, the Soapbox Crazy Car, from the, what website is this? This is the Stone Wars website. And so just a quick little tiny build, some prizes involved. Thought it would be nice and simple to do, so I'm rolling with it. The car itself took almost no time to build because mine's so skimpy. It's more or less going to be about storytelling with the dinosaurs outrunning the asteroid. But this gave me some ideas that I definitely want to do this today, even though it ends today. Quick rush build. Nice challenge. Vin Week's too stressful, so I'm not doing that one. Time Drifters caught my attention, so I'll probably do that next week. Just build a really fast vehicle for any theme whatsoever. And then build your perfect vacation sounds fun for Lego ideas. And since I'm so much of a indoorsy person and not really outgoing at all, I thought, hey, what's the best vacation other than like camping out in your bed, getting super cozy, just having really big fluffy pillows where you can barely see the character anymore. You just see their nose poking out. So that'll probably be the next couple weeks of stuff. Just trying to do some contests. Give me a little more to do, more motivation to do it at least. So, man, I can't wait to not have as many Lego models in the works. I really want to have more time for small stuff like this. I'm a little sad I missed out on It's Time for Crab. I agree. I had the perfect idea for Time for Crab, but it was like the moment the month ended, I'm like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done, my idea was that I was doing all those trees back to back to back, and I thought I could perfectly do in time with Time for Crab and my trees to do a crab apple tree or an apple crab apple. Something along those lines, making it an apple crab. Something like that would have been real fun. But I'll just have to hold on to that idea, and maybe I will remember next time the month comes around. Just something quick and silly. But yeah, I've definitely kind of gotten away from the contest, and I feel like streams are a great way for me to be doing more. Because I know, yeah, contests are always a great way to build outside of your comfort zone and be definitely motivation is the big key. Yeah, you'd love to see it next time. Yeah. Just gotta be timed right. Just gotta be timed right. I'm not very good at doing that. I don't pay attention to all the contests, or don't think of like, oh, the timing is perfect, I should be doing this, but nah. I missed out. That's on me. But luckily, yeah, they love doing these contests every single time, or not just contests, the events every single time. So I'm sure it won't be hard to join in next year. You have no comfort zone. Your guilty Lego pleasure is building things from themes you've never tried before. Yeah, and that's what makes you so good. You just keep at it, whether it's new or old, familiar or completely disjointed. You just keep trying stuff. So definitely helps. And apologies if I sound a little off. I am still a bit under the weather and trying to get better. But I'm still powering through these streams. Now, wonder what I can do about this little connection to get these closer together. Trying to build the fronts of my little flaming rocks to put pressure on the dinosaurs to go faster on their cars. Their car. And I'm having a bit of trouble wrapping my head around making this rock on its own. I wanted to cheap out and use the kind of boulder elements, and I realized I didn't have any. You sound perfectly clear, man. Wish you get better health soon. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad it's coming out just fine. I feel stuffy, and it feels like my voice is a little scratchy or deeper, but if the mic picks it up just fine, That works. That works. Keeps things rolling. But yeah, don't know where I'm going with these streams half the time. Good to just experiment and try to keep things in the pipeline anyways. I have tons written down, but I don't know when I'm going to do certain things. Because like all my plans for today were completely rewritten because I thought of joining the contest last minute. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can definitely squeeze that in and submit it the same day. Easy, right? Not too bad. You'll probably have to go in about 20 minutes. You're sorting out the BTS Lego set. I got it for 80% off. Craziest steal of your life. Yeah. So, I mean, that set wasn't quite the best value for what parts you got, but for 80% of the value, oh, that is a generous steal right there. You have definitely made out like a bandit for that one. So, you're gonna have plenty of fun little silly parts and some flesh tone figs too to work with. Because like I see those sets every once in a while, I'm like, they're not bad for the realistic skin tones that they bring along. I know I picked up just the minifigures from somebody from the, like I say, it was the Friends set. Haven't done anything custom with them yet, but just having those on hand for more options is great. The minifigures are cool too. Most of the pieces are normal stacking bricks, so not the best parts, but nice popping colors. Yeah. There's a couple of hair pieces that are semi-exclusive to that I kind of wish I had picked up, at least maybe from Bricklink or Pick-a-Brick, but there's definitely, yeah, not the best part selection. I remember it doesn't have like the splat pieces, and it has some gears and stuff like that in there. So not a complete waste of time. But yeah, a lot of basic bricks is just, I mean, it's filler, if anything. Middle part hairpiece, yeah. So I was working on a little teaser for you and anyone else that watches this later. I want the black one to replace the hair on this character for an upcoming build. I have the parting one in brown because it came in with the cat kid, but I'll just leave the brown one for now and hopefully replace it with black one day so that it accurately depicts the character. But yeah, just having different flesh tone faces is also just nice to have. I might have to kind of cheat since I only have 3 of these half domes. I have to just hide the fact that I don't have a 4th one to finish both rocks. I think I have 2 of the dark brown and the black, but I don't have the reddish brown. Yeah, it's the cat fanatic from the last regular CMF series. I'd say the majority of that figure is not super useful because it's got like all the cat hair and the sweater for the torso. I mean, it's got wrecked glasses, so that's something. But then yeah, it's the hairpiece, and then the cat's nice, but yeah. Yep. So a little hard to justify getting just the figure for those couple parts. Now, since this is for a contest and it just needs a couple of good photos, I will probably just hide some of these. Oh, the yarn ball. Yes, the yarn ball is a good one. I guess that's a good piece, but I think the yarn ball is coming into more stuff. I think it appeared in an official set, and I believe the next CMF series is going to have a cat person, like a person in a cat suit, and they're going to also come with the yarn ball. It'll probably be a different color, but I think the yarn ball's already getting a little more common. But as I was saying, the contest is just for a photo. There's always just some nice cheating ways that you can hide stuff. I think I'm just going to leave the asteroid incomplete in the middle. But I have the rock face in the front and then the flames in the back. So if I just do like slight angled, you get both the fire and the rock coming at you. Kind of hide that. This would have absolutely been just so much simpler if I had the boulder piece to cheat. But oh well. And a bit of a simplified design that doesn't quite get all the details I normally put into a build, but you can just say it's minimalist. Just a bit minimalist. Yeah, the yarn ball's not really exclusive anymore. So, but that's fine. That's what we want to see. We want those parts a little more common, so that anyone can just kind of pick it up and use it. Definitely just a nice little extra thing you can have sitting around in a scene to bring it to life. So it's nice that it's an option there. Because I'm all for parts just being a little more available. I would hate to see 20 pieces made in Maersk blue and then never released again. But I know I keep looking up certain pieces and I'm like, oh, that exact piece I need. It exists, but it came out in one set 5 years ago. I guess I'll never get it. Guess I'll never get it. It's actually why I made a Bricklink order immediately the other day. Like, yeah, I got some weird parts like the other stud shooter triggers that we were talking about. But I mainly went to that store because they had the exact piece I needed that's in a discontinued set, and they had a bunch for not overpriced value. So I'm like, oh, I should make that order right away. And then that's when I saw, like, yeah, they had other good stuff in their store. Grab those triggers, grab things here and there. A lot of weird little 1s and 2s. Yeah, it's so real that, like, yeah, they release so many colors. There's so many parts in colors that only appear once or twice. Like, it's nice to see new colors, but They gotta fill out the current libraries they have. What did I get? The main piece, I mean, I'm sure it'll show up in a week, and then on the next stream I can show it off for the next Sunday stream. I guess I can quickly take a peek, although I'm gonna have to hide most of it because a lot of it is for stuff for October, which I'm keeping secret so it can be a surprise. But I can quickly take a peek and read out some of the stuff I did order. Like I said, it's a lot of 1s and 2s, just some random stuff. I picked up a, I forget what they're called, but the little racer dudes that would pop out of their cars. I saw they had one and it was dirt cheap, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be a fun piece just to have. I won't use it, but it's fun. I got some Chima ripcords because I thought they'd look good for pipes. 2 battle droid arms. One anchor / hook piece, the small one. About 3 different variants of them, but there's only 1 each. A megaphone. It's a lot of 1s. The stud shooters we were talking about the other day, the one I haven't experimented with, I got 20 of those, so good on that. This was the first store I've come across that I've waited till I found a store that had it, and it has one of the old dino parts that I've been missing for years, so I can finish an old 2000s dinosaur. Same with the Bionicle part that's been broken for years. So a couple nice replacements. They had the Aston Martin headlamps, but only one side. So I just picked up 4 of those, maybe do something weird asymmetrical. Technic steering wheel, tiles with clips, the large triangular grill piece that's like 8x6 in light gray, some video pieces of the bigger box. There's a lot of weird stuff. They had tan chairs. I've been looking for tan chairs, and I realize I need more and more of them soon, but a lot of odds and ends. That this was really just kind of hodgepodge of a order that was triggered by that one very important piece for October. It was a lot of fun stuff and just nonsensical. It was a pretty cheap order overall. Very, very cheap compared to what I normally get. And another thing to hold me off on making my big pick-a-brick order that did fill up too quickly, and I was maxed out for a moment, but I fixed that, removed some things, and it's slowly going to get maxed out again. So I need to pull the trigger on that big one. I wouldn't use it, but it looks fun. That's exactly how I order pieces. Yep, if it's a weird piece I don't really have on hands that I want it, so I can start experimenting with it, and then I'll know for certain if I need to buy more. But it's like, yeah, those tiny anchor pieces aren't really something I would think about for buying, but I know I don't have a lot, so I might as well pick up while I can, and they're cheap. Let's see, I'll need something to pose the asteroids. We got some bar connections. Oh, I can do that. Get them ready to pose for the photo. Oh, I'm out of these. I know I have more somewhere, but I'll place these later. I might need some Technic pieces. I'm going to make sure these asteroids are a little angled. I was fortunate enough that when the last batch of pod racers came out was about 2019, 2020, I bought the Anakin's pod racer probably 6 or 7 times just for parts, because I was building a lot of pod racers at that time anyways. but I made sure to get them so I'd have things like the unique electricity pieces. And I haven't really been using them much, but I love using the transparent technical parts. That's a piece that I feel like we need a lot more of. Definitely need that one some more. Doesn't appear in enough sets, and they're just so useful. Now, I did see in the rules of this contest, there's like, they're not supposed to do any like excessive editing, which I'm fine with. But it means I can't like add a large explosive effect for the fireballs. So that just brings it down a little bit more simplicity. There we go. Oh, I might need to flip it around. Flip it around. But yeah, those pod racing sets were excellent for part packs when they released. The large flex tubes with the I think they were in gunmetal. Those were also really nice in that set. I already mentioned the electric stuff. Oh yeah, and the transparent Technic was the big one. It also had the Orokai blades in the copper orange color, so that was super neat. And then what else? I mean, it's just fun to get a set multiple times anyways, just to get a bulk of something. I don't do that quite often anymore, but there have been times where it definitely paid off just to have silly stuff to work with. I'm seeing these mixel joints aren't holding too strong at the bottom. Oh, you gotta go. Well, thank you again for stopping by. Means so much to have somebody to chat with, to go over stuff. But there'll always be more streams. I'm gonna keep it up with the Thursday, Sundays. Sundays will always be the bigger ones. And I hope you have fun in your endeavors and whatever else you got going. So goodbye to Unlimited MOCs. Goodbye. And yeah, I'll definitely keep up the schedule. I'm having a good time with these streams, as simple as they are right now. But they keep me motivated. So I have no reason not to do them. Love checking in, always so calming watching your streams. Just chill to have in the background. Have a nice day. Why, thank you. Yes, it's just, there's not a lot happening, but it's also LEGO, so there's always something to talk about or do. So I'm glad you enjoy it too. Now I'm going to build some reinforcements for these Technic beams. Keep them from sliding left and right. Might have to build something on the surface to hide the base a little bit. Or I might just need to get a low camera angle when I do the photo. Guess I'll find out when it gets to crunch time. But I am building this Technic axle that will then extend out to some Technic axle beams, and that'll really lock it in place. You can kind of see it there. Yeah. That way it's not going to loosely lean one way or another, or try to rotate around in the socket. I don't know how the judges are going to quite like this, since I am building more than just a car, and the contest was just for the soapbox car, but I don't care. I'm building a scene. Don't like things being on their own. They need a story. They need reason to be. Reason for conflict. I think that'll look just fine. I think that'll look just fine. Still got 2 hours to spare. So I think I'll do a little bit of sorting for the Exoforce stuff. This thing is so precarious. I know it's just gonna explode. I'll have to completely remove it when I get it, or rebuild it when I get to the photo studio. So, the first to go is the bridge. If you've seen the Mobile Devastator, that one had the bridge on top. Well, the bridge it would sit on top. Now, the bridge itself was mainly built so I could motorize the base and have the Mobile Devastator rolling and rolling and rolling without taking up 20 feet of table space, because its play function only works when the wheels are spinning. So I did this just to save some space and not be an obnoxious builder at the Lego show. And those Lego shows were Brick Days Omaha 2025 and Brick World Chicago 2025. But I built this modularly so that these can just slot right into the sides of the bridge. And the bridge was just a flat square, take up less space on its own. But now it must all go. Must all go. We did a little bit of mock building, nothing crazy. Nothing super substantial. So hopefully down the line we'll keep up with, like I said, we'll do Exoforce mechs. And I want some of these parts so I can start working on the next bridge. See what we got going there. Make it actually be elevated off the ground and hopefully be bigger, so that way we can have not only my mechs displayed on there, but other people that might be at Brick World Chicago. Possibly other conventions, but I think most everyone that I am acquainted to is in Brick World, for the X-Force community at least. Oh yes, I've also slowed down the MOC sizzle reel. It was definitely too fast before, making it so that no one could look at the builds long enough. Obviously that's not the big draw of the stream, but it definitely helps when it's a little more legible. People can enjoy that. Now I think for my next bridge, I'm going to definitely use the new reddish orange. I think I'm going to use that for the underside shadow. And then stick to the regular orange above the surface. Just because I'm sure no matter where it is, it's going to be a very well lit area. And it'll just add that extra layer of colorization to it. It was definitely really cool to see LEGO start doing that themselves with the Barradur. And I hope we see a lot more of that, because that was inspirational right there. So this being a very mechanical build, a lot of repetition, which means a lot simpler piles to sort into. And I remember for a fact this all started because of the panel pieces I got on the sides. That's what inspired building the bridge this way. I'll show those off in a little bit once I get them. I'm not so buried. Not so buried. This was also a build that I had plenty of those ramps from the road plates. I am such a menace because I bought so many of those road plates on their own when they came out. And then now I am buying a bunch of the ramps on their own. So I don't know if, I guess it's beneficial for city builders that the one thing I'm really not buying are the printed tiles, so that they can do their road lines. But I find these large array pieces very, very enjoyable to work with. Super easy with the road tiles to just gray out an entire section of a build. Have a nice large smooth surface, safe for concrete, or even like a landing pad that I kept using it on. But I know the diner is the last major build for a long time that will use so many of those. So I can finally give it a breather, hold on to my collection for a little bit. And then I'm certain there'll be something big and gray down the line that'll use them again. Honestly, actually, I think I take that all back, because I'm sure that the next Exoforce bridge will use them. So they're immediately going to get used again. But nothing's space-like. I've used them for landing pads too much. But I don't plan to do a landing pad anytime soon, or anything very similar. So, nice breather for that. I do see the Twitch side did reset. Unfortunate, but it's been running mostly smooth. Mostly. What am I going to do with all of these orange curves? I feel like the one and only thing is just more Exoforce structures. I feel like there's not much else I could use this much orange on. Like I have the desire to make a specific build for Mars Mission, but that build, I mean, it's Mars Mission where orange is such a subtle color in the design philosophy for that. So this would be like, this orange right here would be way too much, even for a massive build. It's just most, yeah. Power Miners, or Mars Mission, sorry. Mars Mission was just so much white compared to any other color. It had a little bit of orange, a little bit of trans orange, and I'd say actually one of its greater secondary colors was light bluish gray. So there's that. The colorization of Mars Mission wasn't phenomenal, but it definitely kept that space vibe. I did enjoy the whole crystal conflict scenario of everybody just trying to steal Mars's resources. There weren't a whole lot of, or I mean, there's too many Lego themes that are all based around gemstones, but I find that very fun and fascinating. Just kind of carries the theming across all these Lego worlds. And I really hope that's another thing, like if we had more in-house themes, that'd be really fun to see them just continue that dumb crossover between all of it. It's always about the rocks. Always about the rocks. Whether you're Aqua Zone, Power Miners, Rock Raiders, Mars Mission, you name it. It's about those big shiny glowy rocks, whether they give you power or not. I dropped a couple pieces, but that's a later problem. I'm definitely one of those people that's just like, if it's not a piece I desperately still need, it'll be a discovery for another day. It'll be something I can just, it'll show up and I'll be happy. I got a new part. Another part added to the collection. Welcome home. But there's quite a few pieces in this build that are just kind of whatever I had in bulk. Whether it be those large orange panels, the road plates, the road plate curves for connecting underneath. And then I see I have plenty of these trapdoor pieces down here. I've been trying to get through those for years. I bought way too many trapdoors when they were less than a penny at a store. And because of that, I had 300-400 and no real thing to use them for. So I've scratched the surface every time I use them, and I have not dug deep enough to get through them all. One day. They're good for doing some large angled snot, and maybe filling in a spot where a plate should be. And that's kind of what I use them for, is just, here's where a plate can be, and it doesn't need to be a full plate, so it's fine that the bars stick out on the one side. Oh, let's see if I shift over here. Yeah, I'm still fine. You can still see me. I'm just a little further away. But I want to get my hands on camera a bit. Make it feel like I'm actually here and not just the cameras on all these parts that are just sitting around. Here, I think I'll get rid of all these black bricks. I can probably move out pretty quick. I want to get more of these to use for backdrops, but I have not seen them on the pick-a-brick wall as much as when they first appeared for me. So that idea quickly died out, and now I just kind of have a medium amount of them. Not an excessive amount to do my background. And they were primarily used in this build just for the gaps so that light wouldn't shine through. Otherwise, there were plenty of other solutions I had in here for spots where light wasn't an issue. And I could save on bricks and space. But yeah, I just have these stored away in a pick-a-brick box that I bought them in. So that's where they're going back, in stacks of 6, and then some left over. Just that. And that's just been kind of sitting in a corner to think about what it's done. Just a piece that was bought in excess. Now I cannot get more excess to make what I want to build, and I do not know what to do with them. Chill, chill, chill is the name of the game. Chill, chill, chill until I have no shame. That's what we're doing. That's what we're rolling with. I don't know why everything has to be Exoforce, but that's just kind of how my life's been recently. So much of it, so much taking over. And here we are, tearing it back down so it can be built anew. Bigger, better, stronger. More robots. More. Always more. We are Lego people. We cannot suffice with the minimal. We must have more. More! Like Cairo, oh my goodness, Kylo Ren said. I had a stroke there. Couldn't say the character's name. I should have just said Adam Driver. I can say that instantly, just fine. But I kept saying Cairo instead of Kylo. Should call him Kilo Ren. It's very small. Oh, I gotta get a minifigure now and call him that. Kilo Ren. That would be so much fun. Rambles, here they go again. Just trying to think of random stuff to say. So that's how you're entertaining, right? Just spit out what you think. Although I'm too self-conscious to do it all the time. No. No. There's always someone watching. I can't believe this devolved into another sorting stream and deconstruction. But slow and steady with the mock building, I suppose. And they're all just long stress tests. See how I can do under pressure, keep going. See what nonsense comes out of my head. One moment you'll know I'm on topic of Exoforce again, and the next I can't say a Star Wars name for the life of me. I would call him the same thing people like to call Watto, but I'm going to keep the vulgarity down at times. As great of a name as it is, and how well it just works for most any Star Wars character, I will refrain for now. I shall refrain unless requested upon. Then his name shall be uttered again, and we shall rejoice. Unlike these dinosaurs. I'll get photos up soon, but these dinosaurs are real struggling. I'll probably end the stream in another half hour. Call it a little earlier than even I was planning. Just to get this mock photographed and submitted in time, and do my minimal editing for lighting and color balance. I have no idea how it's going to perform. I think it looks fantastic, but it's also just so minimal they might not care. The people hosting the contest didn't quite seem like they're like super mock people, so they might not be impressed by the techniques, as minimal as they are. But I don't know, it's a contest, might as well shoot my shit. See where that takes us. And hey, if I ever win something in a contest on stream, and I'm making sure that stuff comes right back to the lovely viewers. One day. I gotta win it for you guys. As much as I gotta win it for myself. But see where that takes us. We always see where it takes us. It's like writing down an unknown path for the explorative nature of it. I bet these come out on mic pretty obnoxiously. Big slaps. Alright, now we're down to the trapdoors. We've made it. I think anytime an order comes in or I get new parts, that'll definitely be a highlight point of the stream, to start experimenting with pieces I didn't have before and see what wild contraptions and designs we can come up with. Because I'm always going to be picking up new parts. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I'm always picking up new parts. Whether they be ones I actually need or are just ones that I think look fun. There will always be more. Like I said, like these trapdoors. However, these trapdoors can confirm not much to experiment with. They're just plates with bars. So it's just a utility. Doesn't even do much for looks. But yeah, I do wish there were ways to have pieces that are more utility based be visual. I know there are some that can work, but there's a lot that are just like they are locked into being a function rather than an aesthetic. Like I can even think of, I know mixel joints, you can make those look good. The ball joints or the balls themselves, you can add those into a build and make them act as a detail rather than as a function. Things like that. I'm trying to think of the opposite ones though. They're just, they purely well, I guess it's all your just basic plates, your basic pieces that are too simple that they just won't work as an aesthetic. Because I feel like every function piece could be used as an aesthetic, at least for a detail or machine or item or something sitting in the background. All of the above. There are certainly ways you can use it, but definitely some bricks are one way and locked into either being an aesthetic or a function. Exoforce, yes, Mark, I am deconstructing the bridge I brought to shows this past year. It has served its purpose as it was mainly used as the base for the Mobile Devastator to motorize the wheels without taking up 20 feet of table space, because that play function only works while the wheels are rolling. So I'm getting my grays and oranges back, and hopefully we'll build an even bigger bridge down the line. More detailed and have space for other builders to put their mechs on there too. So I just wrapped up doing a little bit of mock building at the start of the stream, and now it's just kind of divulged into sorting. Super cool, thank you. And I'm still trying to just get used to streaming, get in the groove. I know you do a pretty good job at that, and it feels like a great motivator to keep building and just have something to do. Because I myself don't have a cell phone. I don't care to own one. But I still find myself, as of recent, ending up on the death scroll on PC. So I feel like this keeps me focused and staying away from something like that. Plus, it is always just nice to turn Lego, a very antisocial hobby, into something that can be discussed, chatted, and made a little more social. Yeah, the main goal at the end is to be building non-stop MOCs on stream, but I need some simpler stuff to ease my way into that. Definitely done experimentation, and like you see here, the sorting. I had a fun time. There was one stream we were unboxing some of the F1 minis, and those are some real funky and fun parts to work with. Yeah, it's a great motivator to work on a project when impending live stream is coming up. Yes, yes. And I'm also, yeah, I'm dual streaming it too. I'm on Twitch and Instagram. I think the Twitch setup is a little better, and it definitely does well saving wise. But it's nice that I have the option to dual stream. But yeah, I could see down the line getting pressured to do a lot better, build a lot more, possibly build faster, because I'm not the fastest builder. I mean, I spent 2 hours, maybe a little less, building a tiny car, road, and scene for upcoming contest. So definitely not the fastest, but I love nice parts usage as much as the next person. So that's probably where I lose most of my time, is just working a little too much on one detail. I'll have to message you later and ask you about your software you use. Multi-stream would be nice. Yes, it's pretty simple. It's just going through Streamlabs, and it took a little work to get it to finally get going, but there's an option to stream both the vertical and the horizontal layout for free without paying the whatever it is for an extra subscription. So luckily there's a free option to do one of each type, so that way, yeah. Instagram, I have the vertical going, but Twitch, I'm allowed to do the horizontal. And you can mix and match. It could be other social medias or live streaming services. You could do Instagram, YouTube, I suppose. I believe you stream YouTube. So you'd be able to do something like that, but you won't be able to do something like Twitch and YouTube because they're both the horizontal layout. It's been convenient, but I also have Streamlabs for streaming, and I made sure I actually use a different program for just solo recording. I like to keep those separate for settings because I have noticed Streamlabs a little messy with saving stuff sometimes. Willpower beats speed in your opinion. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice to make sure you get your details to come out the way you want them, rather than coming up with a rushed idea. And yeah, definitely check it out. It's been handy. And you have a much bigger following than me, so I'm sure you'll be able to take great advantage of that. Streamlabs also gives the option to tweet out as you go live. However, I tried that out for the first time today, and it didn't seem to quite work, so I just made a basic tweet. But could be something with the PC side, could be something with my settings, I don't know. I'm also almost never using Twitter, so. And it was just created so I could do Lego announcements. But I wouldn't say I'm ever the most savvy with any of the social medias or technology. Just kind of rolling with the punches. Definitely know more than the average, I'd say maybe average parent, being outdated and not keeping up with whatever the new technology is. You gotta run. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mark. It's nice seeing a friendly face, and it's always great to have more things to talk about. The silence is deafening, and I've been doing my best to jibber jabber about the randomness in the background. And for anyone watching right now or later, make sure to check out Mark. He does quite a few streams on his own. I believe he does it. He does quite a bit on Friday, Sundays on YouTube. So definitely check him out under Mark of Followworth. Real big castle guy, real cool chill dude. He is pretty much solo gigging the Lego stuff now. So he's really focused on making good content for people. He definitely got some good popularity from the US Lego Master show. He was a contestant on that. But he's always had excellent builds inside and out, before and after. Really cool dude because he does a lot of celebrating of most, if not all, Lego, like in-house Lego themes, which hits home pretty hard for me because that's how I feel too, is celebrate those themes and not so much licensing. He also does a lot of great 12-hour build challenges and 24-hour build challenges. And yeah, like I said, celebrating the themes. Done some excellent stuff with like Life on Mars, Atlantis. I believe he's doing Spirius soon. He did Ice Planet. And I haven't looked at his Ice Planet stuff just yet. But I probably should to get hyped up and ready for mine coming out in the next year or so. So it was great of him to stop by. Definitely means a lot for someone that is definitely better known in the Lego community than myself. Someone that has a larger following and understanding of the social media community. So yeah, that was a heartfelt surprise. Was not expecting that on this dead stream. Speaking of dead, Twitch, you're so quiet. You're so quiet. You don't do as much as Instagram's heavy lifting for the day. I guess we'll, like always, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Whoa. I've been impressed with the previous stream and today on how much energy I've been able to pull out of nowhere, because I'm just so tired and lacking of energy after being sick. It's wild I'm able to even just get on camera right now. Although sickness aside, I might have to end the stream sooner just for the fact that it's getting very hot in here. We had storms overnight, and I guess it's now really just the sun is really heating up all that water and making it even worse. As the Weird Al album looks, even worse. So I don't know how everyone else does it, but it feels a little difficult to keep up with the sheer amount of MOCs that are announced every day that people come up with. Like, I try to keep my follows, or who I follow, that list. I can try to keep that somewhat short, but man, there's still just too much. I get exposed to so many other things that people are linking and forwarding. I feel like I need to keep my hands on screen better, but it's also my fault for sorting so close to me. Need parts to be a little further away before I start doing the jaunts back and forth from the drawers. Once we get past this section. So I was thinking of stopping and start doing that now, but I'm also right here at the end, so I might as well break the last couple pieces. Speaking of breaking pieces, I did the drop for the Bionicle, and I fully expected so much of that brown, that reddish brown. I know it's the older reddish brown. I know it's the one that just cracks upon your hand. But I threw it all off that table, and the aftermath of it, only one piece broke, and it was a 1x3 plate that was stuck inside a 1x3 slope, and it would not come out of there. So the moment you pulled it off, it broke, and then the rest is still stuck in there. So now I mean, only one piece broke, but two pieces were lost because of that. I can't get the plate out of the tubes of the slope. So in the long run, I lost 2 parts. But out of all the brown, that's all that was lost. And I was just so shocked by that. There's no reason that much brown should have survived. Because I do know for a fact it is mostly that older brown. But I guess I'm just lucky. At least when it comes to brown. Because I've been so scared to use the brown for so many years. And of course, the time I finally use it, expecting it to break, it does just fine. I suppose that's given me a little more confidence to finally add a bit more brown to my builds. Like, as far as we're aware, LEGO has announced that modern brown is better and does not crack. But there's still that paranoia, and I still don't fully trust him. Because it's still too soon. A decade needs to pass or something like that. And we need to start seeing, like, nobody talk about brittle brown anymore. But then the issue is there's still all that older supply that is hidden around. So we'll never get a genuine, definitive answer anymore. There's just too much brittle brown in there. Too much. I believe there's a couple shows going on right now. There's one in New Zealand, and I believe there's one in California, USA. So it's definitely a busier weekend for the LEGO community. But I can't say that's the reason why chat is a bit quiet today. But it was still, yeah, like I said, very pleasant to see a new visitor that chatted for a little while, even if it was the Instagram side. And I suppose I need to do a little bit more interesting stuff on stream. But at the same time, I feel like the Instagram group is just not as intrigued by the live stream stuff. I think we just need to find folks that are interested on the Twitch side. And I don't know how to sell myself there. I'm just trying. I'm just trying. But speaking of the follower stuff, because that's always going to be a topic at hand randomly, I found it very strange that I've had a large surge on Instagram of Harry Potter fans follow me. And it was very just why kind of feeling when it first happened. Like, what of mine interests you? Because I build so much sci-fi, I build so much mecha. And then it dawned on me that someone had used my tree design for a Harry Potter layout. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's all coming together now. It makes sense, but it's still so weird. Like, I'm the sci-fi guy. Where'd you all come from? But I was really happy. Someone really enjoyed my tree. And I'm glad I got pulled over to that post because I noticed they had some cool trees of their own. They didn't need my tree. It was, they had some neat designs that just make me feel like mine was kind of weak. You don't need mine. They had more brick building going on and more variety going with the leaf formations. But oh well, I mean, I'm more love and support in the LEGO community is good by me. I appreciate them, and I'm glad they appreciate me. Oh, we're at the sorting part, or the running back and forth from the table to the drawers part. Nonsensical nonsense shall start as I walk away, and my rear end, or possibly nothing of me, is all it shows. Orange, I don't know what it is. Orange is just not a color I really enjoy in the LEGO sphere. I don't know what it is, but it's just, to me, orange just doesn't work as well as other things. Maybe it's just too obnoxiously bright, or maybe it's something else, but it's just, it's not my color for LEGO. There's definitely some that stand out that I like because of LEGO. Like, that's the weird thing, is like, I don't like orange, but I really appreciate flame yellowish orange. That's the orange I enjoy. And it's because of LEGO that I really like that color. It's a little nonsensical, but I like orange, I just don't like orange. Orange is fine, but no orange for me. Got that straight? Yes to orange, no to orange. Those are my oranges. And that's how I like them. At least there's not an orange that blinds me like the yellows. Truly unfortunate about neon yellow and how that released and is still pretty much not accepted in most any format. But I digress. But yeah, a lot of good, a lot of bad from oranges. A lot of good, a lot of bad. Maybe they just need to bring back Earth Orange. That could be a good one. Good old earthy orange. Oh, I'm gonna hurt myself getting this piece. Ah, I knew it. I need to stop. Need to get a brick separator for that one. I also don't know what it is about being sick. It's made me need to use the restroom a lot more. There's so many factors right now that are pushing me to end the stream early. But I'm going to hold. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to make sure that the stream at least reaches the o'clock. That's a thing people say, right? The half hour and the o'clock. It's not just me, right? It's an easy thing to define, especially when dealing worldwide. There's just, yeah, it's just easy to understand no matter where you are in the world. So the upcoming o'clock versus the upcoming half hour. Oh, this is a mess. This is a mess. I shouldn't have poured this. These cheese slopes are unwieldy. They are too rowdy, and they like to get everywhere. I've made a grave error in my ways. And now it's just nothing happened. Now nothing got done. I better work on that next time. Oh, but I love them all the same. The cheese slopes are just, it's wildly one of the most useful pieces of all time. It's up there with headlight bricks and so many others. If you've made it this far, go ahead and send me a private message saying what your favorite tree is. Do it. Tell me your tree. Tell me your tree. I must know. I need to get back to making more trees. I feel sad. I promised so much, and then I just kind of stopped making trees. Like, I got a bunch of suggestions from other people what they wanted me to build. I built one and then immediately lost all energy. Really, really unfortunate. But it's on me. It's on me. There's just too much I want to build. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. The overbearing desire to build so much more in the Lego. Just the constant rush of ideas that fill your mind and take up your time. Because then the next idea might be better than the previous, and now you're stuck running down the previous, making sure it's done. But then what? Then what do you do? You're still wrapping up what you had. Can't get where you're going just yet. Or where you want to go. Oh. If only we all had all the time in the world to do whatever. Well, I'm glad a couple people stopped by on the Instagram side. It at least tells me that that's working. I have no way of telling if Twitch was working well today or being any form of cooperative. Fingers crossed, because that's where I get my recordings from. Fingers crossed. I won't know until it's all said and done. Which could be good, could be bad. Could be the ugly. And that's a Western for another time. Let's see. Want to get me some 1x6 plates and 1x4 plates. Big old Technic beam, put that away too. Oh, my dark gray brick bin is too full. I have too many full bins. And I'm not going to bother upgrading. I just need to condense things down. Luckily, there are plenty of options for stacking bricks, even within drawers. Really take away all those gaps. And some of these could use that. Some of these could use a little bit extra breaking down. Now I'm excited that last week I just finished watching Andor season 2. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so it's been a good time to see such well-written Star Wars. I hate things spoiler free here, but it was such a good time watching through that. Finished it, and now tonight I will be watching Rogue One. I hear watching Rogue One right after Rogue One definitely pales in comparison, but that's fine because it's still supposed to be like the capstone of what all of Andor led up to, and then all of that leads up to the original series, original films. So I'm okay with that, even if it's not going to be as great as when it once came out. I don't care, because Andor was great. It already happened. I got to experience it. And it does make me a little sad that they were going to do 5 total seasons instead of 2. And then that got rushed. So what could have been so much more writing? What could have been so much more storytelling? But oh well. It was still some of the best Star Wars we'd seen in a very, very long time. Because the writing of it was just too good. It makes me look back at Mando and see how mundane and simple Mando was, and how it really doesn't feel like that fantastic of a show. I mean, the practical effects are great. That's something that makes Mando work really well. But just having honest to good story, characters, dialogue, everything is what makes Andor the top dog. And I don't know if we're ever going to get a Star Wars project quite like that. It was just... It just was. Like, nowadays, I'm a super fan of the Clone Wars. But with this one out now, if I'm going to recommend Star Wars to somebody, it's going to be Andor over Clone Wars every day of the year. There was too much to enjoy of it. It's also a smaller package. I felt like it's hard to recommend longer shows nowadays because it's such a time sink to do something like that. So with Andor, you have your set 2 seasons, and I really hope people can fully enjoy it that way versus 7 full seasons of Clone Wars, and then you have to give them the caveats of what episodes to skip to save themselves some time. And lore that doesn't matter. Oh yes, I had a bag set up for the other trapdoor style to put with the trapdoors. But like I said, highly recommend Andor. Nothing quite beats it. Season 1 was definitely stronger, but Season 2 still held its own and felt fantastic. So there is that. And I hope they keep making... I hope Tony Gilroy comes back to do more Star Wars of any kind. If you take that style and writing into another series, you have yourself a winner right there. Might not be as good as Andor, but it doesn't need to be. No other Star Wars show has been. So, that's my little soapbox on Andor, on what was primarily meant to be a soapbox stream, soapbox car stream. And now that's all gone. I just have some bigger bricks that need to go into deeper storage. Taking up the tail end of my sorting. Still gonna push for that timer. Still gonna push for it. Maybe just barely get ready for next stream sorting, as I have the bridges. Although now might be the best time to end the stream, with the chat being so quiet. Might be the best time to get a skedaddle, and do our non-streamy stream stuff. But if you have stopped by, you said hello, if you watch afterwards, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Still a nobody, but I appreciate you. I'm just here to make MOCs and cool Lego things. Not sure if I have much else to say. So, big ol' goodbye and big ol' thank you once again. It means the world to have your support. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. There's the exit this time. I got it quickly. Bye-bye. Okay. Where's the cucumber? No, not that kind of cucumber. Bye-bye.